desperate, lady. There's a 50% chance you mean well, but I am beginning to suspect that nobody in this mental hospital is qualified to go viral.
Is she? Am I high? I hope I'm high, but I doubt it.
I don't.
Don't look at me. I'm not qualified to make moral judgments, only aesthetic ones. Did somebody at some point tell you guys that making a reality show about a mental hospital was gonna be a smart idea? Sometimes, lady, people say stuff they don't really mean. I am helping you the best I can with a project that is clearly stupid.
Well, I'm a really good person, so I'm gonna give you one more chance. Is there anyone non-boring in this mental ward?
I see. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm a little slow, but I catch on eventually. What you mean is, you are heterosexual, and you want to hear about boys.
Well, no
shame in the game, sister. You want something sexy for girls who think they can be like you someday, even though their parents don't own a radio station.
It's just a tiny bit more important than a radio station.
Great job. Good for you, sweetheart. Let's see. There's that pro-child abuse kid who went to the art class with us that day, Bob, or Buttlift, or whatever he wanted to be called. It's kind of hard to tell he's a male through all the lithium sometimes, but he was working on building up some healthy aggression. Hi, my name is BBK, actually, and I'm the only person in this mental hospital who's even trying to get better. Everyone else is steeped in pathetic self-pity and a loser mindset, but I'm making the best of everything that comes my way.
This character is the worst one so far.
Calumny! I am the coolest guy currently institutionalized in the continental USA. Look at the perfection of my dinosaur-based diamond painting.
So you're pitching me a character who is a lithium addict and into dinosaurs. Do I have that correct?
First of all, Buttlift is not a character. He's a dude. A somewhat offensive dude, but he's our offensive dude. Second, the door is that way. They won't open it for me. I'm locked in here, but you can leave. I told you this is stupid. So how about you take a field trip to Shut-Upsville and let me tell my story? If you don't think my friend Frankie is cool enough to talk about, then you get Buttlift and his dinosaurs. Hey, it made the guy happy. Except he couldn't figure out where he got a fancy dinosaur kit from in the first place, like a toy with consumable parts in here. It didn't make any sense. And when things don't make sense, it always makes me feel idly nosy, so I talked my friend Frankie into asking him about it. Hey, Bob, where did you get the diamond painting kit from? All that I found in the art supply box was 15 red crayons. It's the most requested color! I mean, it would be fine if we had like a serial killer themed coloring book, but all I can find is a Smurf one with a penis drawn on every single Smurf. Yeah, that's vital information, Frankie, but don't let him off the hook. Answer her, Buttlift. Well, on the days when I'm not over-medicated, I'd say I'm pretty normal, except for my mood disorder. Or mood disorders. Which makes people think I'm sad and boring, so I guess maybe it's not too bad to be on too many pills. It definitely makes me into a convenient narrative device. What in the unpleasant afterlife are you talking about? She wants to know where you got the dinosaur kit, Buttlift. I made it myself, with self-determination, and out of a chair I melted with some reading glasses that I found under my dresser. Yeah. You must have a special dresser. Mine is bolted to the floor.
And where did you get the transparent glue from?
A horse.
Okay.
Hey, you know what actually surprises me? They let him keep it instead of confiscating it. Maybe he genuinely wasn't trying to smuggle drugs in with it. Strange. Anyway, it's a mental hospital. What do you expect? Wait, I don't know what I mean by that.
Can't you guys just let him be happy? He had some kind of visitor this morning, and they brought him something that really excited him, but also them being there really upset him, so I think he's pretending they're not a real person.
Oh, well, that's a boring explanation.
I am always annoyed that nobody appreciates my loving family as much as I do. They're very warm people.
Fine, I'll nose out. Enough about him. Are you settling into the hotel hell all right, kid?
Well, I mean, you seen the whole thing, Edna, except for that harrowing part where I was on the 4th floor.
Oh, sorry, Frankie. I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to because the producers want to hear about some boys.
Producers?
Yeah, I was curious. This new kid was a boy, too. Maybe you're interested. There's no shortage of lost souls in here. Seemed real normal, actually. But you know what kind of place this is, so I figured it's only a matter of time till I discover something hilarious wrong with his brain.
Hotel Hell? Is that some, old cult horror movie?
You're right. Technically, Hotel Hell is what we called the detox ward, me and Frankie, when we were in bargain basement rehab. I guess we need a new name for the depressives and unalivers ward.
Unalivers? What kind of a euphemism is that? Are you guys, dangerous?
Nah, it's just something you're not supposed to mention because it might make somebody want to do it, which kind of makes me want to say it all the time, or maybe do it.
Maybe I should be getting some art done.
Nonsense! There's only one color of crayon here, and I'm pretty sure Smurf penises are blue, so come on, try and make small talk with me.
Let's see. Small talk about how I like being locked up in a mental ward for my job. Where to begin?
I know! We can call it the garbage can! I cracked myself up. Oh, sorry, you were saying small talk.
Oh, I don't feel like it's affordable for me to have an opinion. I mean, I'm not going to be in here long, and fortunately they didn't give me any anti-dissociative medications, so I wouldn't say I'm really here. I'm pretty sure I can maintain my detachment from reality for a 72-hour hold. My mom has had tantrums that lasted longer than that.
72-hour voluntary hold, you crack me up.
What do you mean? You know, like I said, I'm just here to prove to my stupid job that I'm
worthy of... excuse me, kid, but
No, excuse me if I'm terrified by the way you're laughing.
You ought to be more scared by that piece of paper you signed. Let me guess, it was comforting paper.
Yeah, they said if I signed myself in, I'd have all kinds of rights, and it's just no big deal. Please don't start laughing.
Nah, sweetheart. Sorry, it's just, are your parents lawyers by any chance?
Lawyers? They're losers. I wish.
That's fine, because it wouldn't help you anyway. You said it yourself, kid. This is a real cross-section of the doomed populace here. You see that girl over there in the phone corner? The one who looks like she just stepped out of her salon 6 days ago? Yeah, that's how long her voluntary 72-hour hold has been going on. And her dad is an assistant DA with Cook County. She's in there calling the poor guy about 8 times a day. I bet he wishes he'd pulled out.
A lady after my own heart. But paper clearly said they can only hold me 72 hours legally.
Schmeegly! So did you read the fine print?
Before I incarcerated myself? Of course I did.
Of course you did, 'cause you like Brain Man or whatever.
If they ever legalize the M word, I'm gonna start with Rustin Rothman and Clom Clanks.
You know, you look a little young to be having a stroke. Anyway, so you read the fine print like a responsible citizen. But did you read the invisible print?
Is that another euphemism?
Oh, somebody forgot to sniff for bullshit.
Et tu, sancte.
When they told you that they were required to let you go after 72 hours by the law, they weren't lying. But what they didn't tell you is that there are other legal requirements that supersede those legal requirements, which means they can keep you till your insurance fails without breaking the law. Ha! More clever than you, huh, kid?
When did I say I was clever?
Oh, just like them, you didn't say it. You just tacitly expressed the concept when you decided it would be safe to, and I quote, incarcerate yourself.
Oh, I get it. You're hazing the new guy. Ha!
Did they give this one too much Seroquel, too?
They gave me Leucovorin, actually, but it hasn't kicked in yet.
Kid, you have no idea how much I wish they allowed hazing in here. But you didn't sign yourself in for 72 Earth hours. You signed yourself in for whatever 72-hour period they decide to count. And the timer stops every time there's a weekend, a 3-day weekend, a sick day for the doctor, or the social worker, or the lady who gives back your belongings that they confiscated, or too many code yellows.
You mean fights? What does that have to do with whether I get to go home?
Well, every time they call a code yellow, all the loony bin bouncers and most of the excess staff have to run to that spot. And so they don't have time to do anything else. And then half the 4th floor misses their medication because of the commotion, so there's gonna be 5 more fights today. Everything's gonna be useless.
So what you're saying is a code yellow would be a perfect time to try and make a prison break.
You're finally learning, Frankie. Yeah, we could steal some decent coffee again. But it's much more likely to slow you down trying to get out of here because all the staff is busy.
Wait, hang on, that's not fair.
As my ma used to say, before she grounded me for a whole year, life's not fair.
Okay, nice platitude, but what does 2 random guys on 4 fighting have to do with anybody else's legal rights?
How many times do I have to explain to you guys this stuff? I already said it takes 10 different people to check you out of here, and they don't hire enough people to do the jobs.
How can they not have enough personnel when they're charging my insurance $1,300 a day?
Youngling, city government is a delicate piece of machinery. But shut up now, I was just getting going.
Hey, Aaron, make sure she don't forget to breathe over there.
Hey, you can it too, Frankie. Shut up or you might learn something. Wait, that's backwards. But anyway, they can also keep you locked up in honor of Holy Friday, Boxing Day, Yom Kippur, most of Ramadan and Lent, Trajan's Day, Lupercalia, whatever Mormons do. The doctor takes a week off around Secretary's Day on a technicality, and if you're lucky enough to get the social worker who's a Scientologist, even if she doesn't try to shake you down for $50, she takes off on Giant Spider Day, because, I don't know, otherwise the spiders and the aliens will... I'm not a theology student, but you're the crazy one, so her legal rights mean a lot more than yours.
I'm so glad to meet you, Edna. You're kind of funny.
Kid, think about it. There's an argument for it. They'd get sued if they let you out while you're still crazy. They can't let you go on an axe rampage just because the social worker went home, and then the doctor took a long weekend because it's Bastille Day Eve, which pretty much was run right into by the aftermath of the 4th of July weekend.
Oh, wow. This place gets busy on the 4th of July, too? I thought it was just the burn ward and the shooting victims at the hospital.
Well, that's the thing about shootings, Frankie. Some people don't die. They get PTSD, and then they start carting them in here a la Monty Python. I
almost got shot. Now I'm face to face with my own mortality.
Well, surely not everyone celebrates Giant Spider Day in Lupercalia.
I understand if they feel they gotta economize on staff, but there's guys like BBK who worship the work ethic. They could just hire those guys.
No, I'm the one who's glad I met you kids, because you are a laugh riot. Hiring more staff for our convenience. I gotta write that one down.
Hey, Edna, how come every time there's something bad, you gotta, laugh like that?
What, you'd rather I slapped you?
So there's no, reduced chaos version?
Not in this lifetime, kid.
I guess there's no reduced condescension version either.
Look, kid, and other kid, alls I know is you gotta play the hand you dealt, which means you gotta look at your cards. And what he's got in his hand is he's stuck in here. And don't you get too smart, Frankie, you're stuck too. You got a nice big insurance policy. To these bureaucratic psychos, that's like waving a big appendage censored around in front of a normal human being.
All I gotta do is figure out how to go back in time and buy my own noise-canceling headphones.
Don't worry. If they keep you here so long you get fired, you'll get a nice, phony apology. We're so sorry you lost your career and your house while you were rotting in here, but the doctor can't be expected to protect society from your suicidal impulses at the same time that he's liberating his thetans, so we're just gonna have to keep you locked up in here forever!
Wow, Edna, your screaming like that is actually kind of therapeutic.
Oh, yeah, you want to wait till about midnight. Yeah, that's kind of the secret of this place. They'll never do anything to help you on purpose. But they make it so bad, you gotta learn to band together and help each other.
Yeah, we learned that the hard way back in Detox.
Oh, you learned all right, Frankie. You went out and started trusting people in the outside world like a dumb body part redacted.
Yeah, I guess what I should have learned is that I should never trust anyone with anything.
I'm not looking to bum anybody out, but your fate is in the hands of a bunch of people who resent you like you're a customer on a Carnival cruise ship. Your life outside of here don't exist, and they basically can't be fired. So settle in, enjoy the cafeteria and the cable TV, which will always be tuned to reality shows unless you want to lose a finger to the lifers in the day room, and try to make some friends. The last time I was on the internet, I heard the only way to get a new job now if you get fired is to network, which means pretending you like money for people. I mean, the other way around, pretending you like people for money. Sounds kind of destructive when you think about it, but that's, like my dad said right before he left us, sucks to be us.
No offense, lady. You are, friendly and amusing, but given the context, I hope you aren't offended if I go ahead and hope you're just batshit insane.
Okay, you're all right, kid.
Surely there are worse fates than being locked inside a concrete cube full of beds and women who finally have something in common with me.
Whoa, dude, don't ever say that kind of thing if Tyler's around. He'll put you in solitary.
Oh, well, don't worry, I wasn't serious. I was quoting a once popular BBC sitcom. Surely Tyler's famous sense of humor will permit him to...
Okay, now you better be joking.
Oh, yeah. Bro clearly belongs on the 4th floor and not being paid.
Don't get me wrong. He couldn't care less about women's dignity. When he thinks we ain't listening, he calls us tuna. But there's nothing he does love more than punishing people for breaking rules. And one of his favorites is the no touching rule.
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
Oh, fine, I'll bite. What's the no touching rule?
Well, if I were actually hazing you, I would goad you into touching me, and then the nurse would run over here and probably throw you on the 4th floor. But, we don't actually haze here. It's part of the no-touching rule.
Yeah, you're not allowed to touch anybody except for when you're forced to touch everybody. Forced? Well, I don't think they force you to touch anybody in here. But when you're in detox, they make you go to Alcoholics Anonymous meetings where at the end you have to hug everybody and shake their hand, even when you know they're way too scared of the mystery blood in the shower room to ever go in there.
Well, doesn't that sound microbial?
Oh, yeah, but fortunately, I've graduated, as Edna says, from drunk to crazy, and I'll never have to go to another goddamn...
You'll never graduate from detox.
Does she need an exorcist?
It grows on you.
Look, they have no actual idea how to treat addiction here, which is why they make us do 5 AA meetings a day when we're over in detox. And they have no idea how to treat crazy either, which is why half the time this ward ends up at the AA meetings. 'Cause they have to pay money if they schedule one of these psychotic counselors, but we do AA to each other for free. Oh God, speak of the devil, here comes Tyler.
Aw, we still have to do AA
I
meetings.
said we graduated, it was figurative language. People! I use the term loosely. That is enough creativity. We are within 5 minutes of being late for the optional evening session. Oh yeah, Tyler? Well, I don't know who ye all are, but us? We're gonna skip the optional evening session if that's okay with you. I know you're used to getting away with not saying what you mean, but this time I'm gonna take advantage of the ambiguity. Don't get pedantic with me, you mentally ill half-wit. But suit yourself. If you want to miss Sandy, she won't be back here for another 2 weeks. Oh my God, it's Sandy? Way to bury the lead, Tyler. Hey, you guys, it's Sandy.
Ooh, are we going outside? To a beach, perhaps? Or is that just someone's plebeian name?
You always gotta pretend like the spaceship just dropped you off here, Bonnie. No, you've met Sandy. Frankie, you'll love Sandy. She's really cool. She's the only reason I haven't tried to bust out of here. Wonderful. So glad to see you so enthused. You'll have to pardon me if I ignore the illegal part of your rambling, since I know you couldn't figure out how to get out of a toilet stall. Now, T-minus 4 minutes and 30 seconds, and if you're not there, we'll slam the door and you have to go to bed.
Oh no, and miss out on a moment of this?
I don't know, Edna. It's been a long day, and I should probably try and sleep while I still have a little bit of a Seroquel hangover. But there's only like one good thing in here a week, so if I miss it, I'm just maybe I really ought.
That's my girl. That's the spirit. Okay, let's get our stuff cleaned up, and we'll meet Sandy. I'm sure you'll love her.
Clean up what? You losers haven't done any art whatsoever!
Excuse you, butt lift? Rude,
All
smurf
you have accomplished
motherfucker.
for the past hour of your precious life is to gossip, complain, and scare each other. I, in the meantime, have crafted a material result. Behold my dinosaur.
Congratulations. Wow, you used a boring kit to create a boring copy of somebody else's vision. We all pick our poison, butt lift.
And you've all come an hour closer to death, thank Providence. Actually, is Sandy really a common name amongst mental health workers? I can't be the same Sandy.
Oh wow, let me guess. We're gonna have a cliffhanger. Does the crazy person already know the person who's working with crazy people? Wow, can barely contain my excitement till the next installation of Lives of the Stupid and Miserable.
That's not the cliffhanger I had planned, but if that's how you want to do it,
Look, whatever your name is, I am, don't get me wrong, very aware that lesbian chic is a thing. But there's some atavistic playground instinct that forces me to ask if you're a dyke.
What?
You seem fairly cognizant of what would actually sell, but you keep wandering back to this not famous female thing.
Didn't I just explain the no touching rule to you? It's just I don't have like girls who want to be my friend that often, so I think about her. I just want to have a friend like anybody else does.
Wow, that would be like so touching if there were a point to your existence.